Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Drake Maye, Week 7. Nice win on the road. Locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Drake Maye, the Patriots, nice win in Tennessee. Right here, Diggs doesn't like it. Take off, use your legs. Now, okay, statistically, this was a pretty nice day for Drake Maye. 21 for 23, 2 touchdowns. 8 carries, 62 yards. There are going to be a few examples in this film where I think Drake Maye is a little quick to take off. This would be one of them. So it looks like he's looking to the slot. It looks like he wants to throw it to Diggs. To me, that's open. Now, again, we're making a bunch of assumptions here, okay? This could be a choice. He could expect him to come in. He could run the wrong route. There could be any number of different things. To me, that's open. Let's throw the ball. Okay. If for whatever reason, let's say he runs the wrong route, we think you're out of your mind. That's covered. We don't want to throw that. Well, then let's get back to the backside because that's open. So there is in my opinion, there's a one and run type vibe here, and it happens a handful of times. It's not this one example. I'm going to show multiple examples of taking off a little early. You be the judge. I think it's a nice thing to be able to take off and get positive yardage. You know, I think base-wise, this looks pretty good from Maye. Again, maybe that's covered to him. I doubt it. Down here to the bottom, that's open to the basic. So come back at the end, instead of one run. And again, one run, take off, get a first down. You know, what are you really complaining about? Well, you're complaining that you're taking hits, that you get knocked out of this game, that your hit hits the ground. All those things add up and take a toll. So deliver the ball, get the ball out of your hands, live to fight another day. Next one here, 3rd and long, one of the few incompletions on the day. We're going to end up throwing a hinge up top high. To me, this is 11 lurk coverage-wise, man coverage. It's tight coverage. You know, this ball is probably a little high. There are a number of things that go into this for me. Again, I think the things when we're talking about potential inconsistencies with some of the throws with Drake Maye, it's always started from the ground up for me with Drake Maye. And there were, I would consider, glaring inconsistencies in college as far as poor misses. They've certainly gotten a lot better. Just watch his feet. So as he kind of all over the place as far as moving feet, bouncing, not a solid base, that's a heel click. And that ball is, you know, thrown to the bench. Now, it's 3rd and long here. This route up top, okay? I'm going to call this a hinge route, open to the outside, fade out. Verse press here. You would love, in my opinion, you would love to sell a much more vertical go, like you're going to run by his ass. Then hit the brakes and fall out here. And it be a little bit more timing based, as opposed to this feels like Drake Maye is waiting, and now the ball's sky-mailed high on us because we can't quite hook it up. Now, this isn't wide receiver school, okay? Is this called, or is he doing this on his own, this like hezzy thing, and then into the hinge? Because to me, it just messes with the timing. In addition, it's 3rd and long here. So when you do a hezzy at 6 yards and the first down is yards past that, that's not fooling anybody. That's just called, earmuffs me here, that's just called a shitty route. So I can get on Drake Maye about his base, some of the inconsistencies with that over the course of the years, but that's a crummy route up top. Watch the hezzy. Again, who are you fooling with the hezzy at the 49 when we have to get to the 46? You're fooling no one. He's in your hip. He's laughing at you. So no. And again, we play with a little bit of anticipation. That part of it is nice, but we've been waiting. We're still not out of the break. And again, okay, you know, smart ass YouTuber guy, where do you want the ball to go? Nobody's, I mean, that's pretty damn sticky. We got no good options here. Sky Mail punt. Next one here, another scramble. Another statistically nice scramble. This is a good gain. We get a first down. You can see the athleticism, the acceleration. It's really well done as far as the ability to get upfield. You know, you hopefully hold on to the ball, protect yourself, all those things that go into it. My thing about it, just trying to make sense of the film. And again, we're just talking about what's on the film. It looks like there are many guys open. Now, we can appreciate the scramble, but that's a big shot. That's a big hit. You're putting yourself in harm's way. I can't tell you what the read is here. You know, they do a number of things. Josh, this offense, this unit, to me, that I think are kind of unique-ish to the league. Doesn't mean bad, but I can tell you that this play is probably read, we'll just say right to left. Okay, whether you want to say this is one or this is one, it really doesn't matter. Everything coming this way towards top to bottom, so you're going to read it right to left. It looks, again, you be the judge here. I'm trying to be as kind as I can be, that he looks like he's trying to throw it here, and this is a one and run situation again. So to me here, if you saw this very well could be a clear. If you see this, that's a win, that's a throw, that's a big play. This in phase is open to me. So again, you've got multiple guys that I personally think could get the ball if we could distribute it from within the pocket on time. You be the judge, bottom of the screen. I mean, we're already off of this. So whatever he's trying to do, is he trying to throw a wheel here? That's not there, I granted. Are we trying to throw it here? You know, that's an L by the corner. We let that thing rip. Is he trying to get it here? I mean, that's open. We're already taken off, right? So whatever it is, at minimum, you can at least acknowledge the film looks like there's a disconnect between the timing of the footwork, the drops, the play action, and the route development. So I can be really impressed with 21 out of 23 completions. And there are a number of really big time throws in this game. But there were also some opportunities in this film that for whatever reason aren't aligned, and it's putting us in harm's way, even though that's a great run. That's a nice run. That's still a hit. This next one here, this is a ridiculous throw. There's no way you slice it. You talk about, you know, base, inconsistencies, footwork, whatever. This is world-class base. This is a ridiculous, what ends up being kind of a non-traditional Tampa honey hole shot off a fake bubble screen. Now, the thing that makes it so damn impressive is you've got your left tackle in your lap. You cannot get through this throw. He keeps his base this time. Look at the base. He gets his foot stepped on. He rips it out there to the wide side of the field and gets that hole shot. So again, we're faking the bubble to the number 3. So as we come out here, get some nice acting here, go to McCaffrey school, we're going to get what I'm used to calling like a bluff seam or slant, and then we're going to kind of bluff, and then he's probably got a go or a takeoff. Now what ends up happening here is we get a half field player. These guys are out to the flat, so there creates this natural kind of turn down window. So he's able to, I really want you to pay attention to the base, because this is what it can be consistently. He keeps his base, he keeps his base, he keeps his base, he keeps his base. And because he's got such a strong base, when we get pushed back in our lap here, we don't have to be able to get through the throw. He's that strong of a dude. This is the physical traits, the arm strength, the athletic ability, the coordination to be able to rip this throw. I mean, that is crazy. Now, the left guard in this film is a whole different story. You know, he essentially gets a hit on the quarterback here. But that is a ridiculous throw. That is massive, massive strength, coordination, vision, the ability to hang in there. We're not bailing. It's not a one and run situation. He's hanging tough. This is the standard. This is the standard. Look at the footwork. Ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. Foot stepped on by left tackle. Okay, now if you've never had your foot stepped on by an offensive lineman in the NFL, it feels like someone hit you with a sword. Boom. And the ability to rip a hole shot. Jesus, that's wild. Next one here, another hole shot, bottom of the screen. Another non-traditional Tampa hole shot. This one a cleaner look, but still kind of a funky look from a defense as far as being able to see who's who in the zoo. You've got the safety down here as the cloud player. You've got the cornerback. Drake Maye makes this throw look easy. He makes this throw look like it's an easy up, like pat and go. He puts that thing perfectly on a string. It's some pretty wild arm talent. So again, funky look here for me. So this is presenting closed, in my opinion. This is the safety down here. Okay, I'm not a Titans personnel guru, but red shoes is a safety, right? So when he becomes the flat player and he becomes the half player, it's just a unique way to get to. It's not the most complicated non-traditional Tampa, but it's a different way to get to that hole shot. And again, Drake Maye makes it look easy. I think those are the things on some of these balls deep down the field that jumps off the film. The good stuff, again, great base, great rhythm, ball out on time. That is a thing of beauty. That is a ridiculously difficult throw. Hitch, ball out. And again, when does he let that thing go? He's tapping it right there. He sees 37 with his eyes back. He's throwing that thing to a spot. High, up on his face, outstanding. First and goal. I mean, just make it look easy. Thing of beauty. I love the rhythm, the timing, the footwork, the base. Again, he can certainly do it. He makes this one look easy. Next one here, another one and run situation. So the wide receiver at the bottom of the screen, he's going to run this route that attacks the middle of the field in a lot of NFL red zone plays. It's not there. In my opinion, the tight end is there as probably the number 2. This ball comes out to the tight end. It's a touchdown. So we're attacking the middle of the field with Hollins. It's not there. Corner runs with him. You can see him. You be the judge here with Drake Maye's eyes. He's looking at 13, attack the middle of the field. No, and then it's taking off. As opposed to what I'm trying to say is, 1's not there, just get to 2. We don't have to take off. We don't have to run if it's not there. We can get through this read. So, I mean, I personally think it's more impressive that he has this good of a statistical day and there's this much meat on the bone. So again, what this route is come in and we pipe this thing right to the middle of the field. And you're trying to take advantage of NFL red zones with split safeties. When it's not there, it's often paired with what I'm used to calling a loop or return. So he sets it, and then he comes back underneath to replace it, basically meaning that if the second level carries this and takes this away, you then have this loop or return replacing the second level of the defense. So think of it as just 1 right here, and then 2. If that's covered because of the second level, we've got this 2 right in its face. And again, you be the judge. Is this there on time? I think it is. Other thing, again, not wide receiver school. This route is not as good, in my opinion, with any kind of match or man coverage. So if he runs with him, it's not quite as good. But I always like to tell these guys, threaten like you're running a shallow. You want to threaten, usually you're trying to threaten the middle. This is the middle of the 3 linebacker types, right? 1, 2, 3. We want to threaten like we're going to run a shallow across his face and then spike it. Oftentimes guys are in a hurry to get to the middle of the field because they know that's where the touchdown is. So a few things here. First, let's just watch the route from 13 at the bottom. Watch him cheat up, kind of see how he never threatens the mic. Excuse me. Now let's get to the tight end here. Whether this is a 7 stop or that little loop or return, again, to me, that's there. So 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Again, super easy with a clicker and a marker days later. You can say, hey, go to hell, bro. 21 of 23 is a pretty damn good day. But again, we're living on the edge with some of these shots. You don't run full speed through the white. I remember Bledsoe. It's one of those things where you're just eventually these hits will compound and you'll catch one that causes issues when you don't have to. And this could be a touchdown pass. Now I know we come back the next play and hit a touchdown, so take it for what it's worth, but the film is the film. Next one here, touchdown pass up top. This looks like it's supposed to be a choice to Diggs. He sees that corner, kind of hesitate, gives his guy a chance. 81 makes a play for us. Again, is this exactly where the ball wants? He probably wants the ball to be. No, he probably leaves it a little short. But our guy repays us for giving him a chance in the end zone. Ball out. At least it's on time. It's a hell of a catch more than anything else. It's a ridiculous catch. But this play is often just a choice route with a corner or a 7 route, depending on your system. So do we like this? Get up, get your feet in the end zone, can go in, out. Some people let you go to the slant. It's almost always paired with a corner. And again, we're really just trying to feel what this corner's doing. If he hesitates at all, we can put this thing over the top. And again, a better ball makes this easier. But this is a ridiculous catch. Well done. Nice red zone. That a way to bounce back. I mean, you'd be sick if you would have missed this and missed the previous one. Regardless, it's a nice job by Maye seeing it. Again, I'm all over him about a bunch of one and runs here. This could easily have been a one and run too if you're just looking at the choice. So there are certainly examples of him getting through reads here. This is the same side read. He gives this guy a chance, and it's a touchdown pass. Next one here, another touchdown pass. This one, big time hookup, massive explosive play. Great job from Drake Maye seeing it. I'm used to calling this quarters poach. There's a bunch of different ways you can refer to it, but we're basically looking at the safety on the top left of the screen. So little teal sleeve, he's going to poach or tricks that to the number 3 vertical. So it presents like quarters, but it plays out in a way that essentially, oftentimes in 3x1 for many different pass concepts. So 3x1, you're going to get your eyes to the weak safety. So if the weak safety is, there's a bunch of different ways you can play this, combo coverages, brackets, whatever. But if this weak safety is hunting up the vertical of number 3 in any system, so if he's looking at this guy doing whatever, blocking, chipping, running a route, it's essentially one-on-one outside. And from a condensed split here, you're going to get outside leverage. So we are running to the post, one-on-one. I mean, this is like a training camp rep. He's standing here, but he's really not involved with the coverage. So quarterback-wise, you can help yourself by looking this way, but once he looks this way, there's no way he can help to the post. So as long as you keep it vertical enough away from the other defenders on the other side of the field, you've got this. So just watch this safety. Getting no depth. He turns his hip inside. Again, he's probably looking at Drake Maye's eyes, and we got him. And I mean, that's a wrap, and we run right by the corner. I mean, it's a hell of a catch. It's a very well done concept, throw, attacking that coverage, locked in, dialed up, aggressive, look to the right, ball out. Hell yeah. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing it. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. You can check out all the courses over at theqbschool.com. Hop over there and enroll. Finally, please make sure to follow me across all the different social media platforms. I really do appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. This next one is a very similar play to the one we just saw with the touchdown up top on the post. This time it's a different coverage. They close it out, but they leave the middle of the field wide open. Now, the Titans had essentially just a void in the middle of the field, specifically on this drive. But this is a nice job by Drake Maye. Not going back to the well. The post isn't there to the left. Just get to the deep cross. It's there. Nice job. Rip it. Again, wide open. Get down, secure the ball. Big chunk play, explosive play. Again, dress it up with a little motion. But this is still 3x1 with a post, cross, in. And again, who knows what they're doing coverage-wise here. As we come up here on the short motion, we're coming across and we're just finding that soft spot in the zone. We've got that inside release post that we just hit for the touchdown. This time we switch release it down here to the bottom. He's coming up running the in. So if that crosser for whatever reason wasn't there, so 1, 2, and this is that alert versus certain looks, probably 1A, however it hits you. You could make this 1, 2, 3. But this is a nice job from Maye. Work in the pocket, not taking off. And again, who knows what the mic's doing here. Closing in on that check down. Wide open, big chunk. Let's go. The very next play, we come back with another hard play action. Hit that little drift. Again, right on the logo. There's no one around. I mean, the way that the linebackers and the safety play this to our right is how a scout team would look on Friday in the NFL, where you told them, hey, bite on the run. We want this will hit on Sunday. Just make this thing look easy for us, get us some confidence. That's LOL coverage. And that's a big chunk play. So you attack the middle of the field, back-to-back plays. You got these big chunk plays. Again, we're catching essentially high school 4-4. Okay, now 21 personnel. We're coming downhill hard at you here. Hard run action. As we come out, and we'll call this route a little drift here. I mean, there is nobody here. And this is as open as you will see this type of route. This type of like high school Harry, just disregard for the pass game. That's a laugher. Next one here, another scramble run situation. Now this one, you know, I didn't go back and watch the broadcast, but it looks like he hits his head pretty hard. Dobbs comes in for a few plays, so I'm assuming that they checked him out here. This is just, you know, again, what in this video, 4th or 5th example. Yeah, I mean, you shake your head like that, you definitely got, you know, that didn't feel good. Holy shit. I didn't realize the little shake there. Pretty wild that he actually even comes back in this game after doing something like that. But this is an example for me, again, of just taking off. Now, again, we can't stand back there like a statue, but this to me is just an iteration of scissors. So because we kind of move, take off, look to run here, we end up hitting our head on the turf and have to come out of the game, and hopefully he's all right. But when you look up top, I mean, this is another really well-designed play from McDaniel and company. Josh kind of in his bag here with these quarters beaters. So to me here, this is quarters coverage up top. We get combo coverage down here to the bottom, probably based on what the formation was here. This would, to me, would be a cloud rolled up. So whether you want to call it 6, quarter, quarter, half, whatever. A classic quarters beater is scissors. So big post with a sail or a corner coming out of this thing. And again, you be the judge. This is a touchdown. We've already hit that. This is a big play. You know, I don't know how you look at this and say, you know, yeah, we can't stand right here, but if we move and keep our eyes down the field, you've got either one of these. Big play, as opposed to flush, another hit, now we hit our head, now we're out of the game. So again, I'm not saying you can come out of here and just stand here and throw one of these. I'm not saying that. I am saying if you hitch up, reset up, this is there. This is there. I mean, we've got big plays all over the place, as opposed to this time it's not even one and run. This time it's, I can't take my perfect hitch. I got to take off. Now this guy gets a hold of me because he's as fast as I am, and I hit my head, and now I got to come out of the game. And again, it's a super cliche thing to say, but your availability is your best ability, especially as an NFL quarterback. So again, does he have to take off here? No. Can he stand right there? No. So move up, buy some time in the pocket, drive the ball down the field, stop taking off, taking unnecessary hits like this. Next one here, big down in distance, 4th and medium-ish, medium. We're going to work Douglas right over the ball. Again, no idea what the Titans are doing in their coverage in the middle of the field. There are a number of examples of them essentially voiding the middle of the field, whether it's in front of the second level, beyond the second level, in front of the safeties, in front of the linebackers. There's just way too much space. And this is a good example. Drake Maye and Douglas, they're not even on the same page here. Douglas makes a hell of a catch. I see what Drake Maye is thinking. It's so open. He probably expects him to just throttle in that space, and he keeps running. But I mean, everybody's open in the middle of the field. That's a hell of a catch, man. Whoop. First down. Next one here, just another example of what I'm calling, you know, one and run situations here. This is a play that New England made famous with Brady and company running it 3 times in a row in the Super Bowl. This is Haas Juke. Again, there are a number of different ways to read this. There really are. They obviously know what they're doing in New England with this play. When you catch middle field closed, many people will green light a seam. I think that's more than justifiable. If it's not there, there's also a number of natural checkdowns here for me too. So again, this one at least color flashes in his face so you can see him take off, which I justify. All of a sudden, yeah, there's color in your face. They can't pick up the stunt. Let's take off and protect yourself. I just want to make sure I'm being really explicit that there were what I would consider a number of times in this game where he had opportunities to get through reads and just didn't. So to me here, these are hitches on the outside. Many teams teach it if you're not there, you can work your way in. And then this kind of juke route over the ball, whether you call it Z juke, Y juke, whoever this player is. And it looks like Drake Maye is trying to rip this seam, and it's just not there. And instead of going, quote unquote, 1 to 2 or 1 to 2, there's lots of different ways you could read this. You have natural checkdowns on this play. He just takes off and runs. Now, again, this is one of the few times I am acknowledging the fact that there is color flashing right in his face. So I get it taking off here. But it's just another example of, okay, if we're trying to rip the seam here, get it down. If we're trying to rip the seam here, get it down. As opposed to one, and we're out. And again, I think he's out before he even sees this TT issue. And again, it's just another hit. It's just another hit. You keep stacking these hits. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make it through any long stretch of playing in the league. And we'll see. You know, it's one of those things you have to acknowledge the film that there are some great throws on this film. There really are. But there are too many examples like this for me where he's just out of there. And again, I get it. I see the guy in his lap. But to me, I'm saying he's out of there before he even sees it. Gone. Another hit. Dunk. Next one here. This is just a ridiculous throw to Diggs up top. This is going to end up being what I would consider a converted fade. This is a beautiful throw. It really is. I mean, it's a handoff of a throw. It's nice late hands from Diggs, no doubt about it. You know, everything except the ball spin right at the guy's feet, probably flirting with the penalty. But Drake Maye, matchup, feeling it, you know, borderline like heat check type throw here. But this is an absolute handoff of a throw. I got the snort. I like it. So what this play probably is what I'm used to calling all stick up top. Now, they don't call it all stick in New England, but it's essentially a quick out with a stick route. And again, if you catch press or some sort of tough adjust corner out there, oftentimes this will convert to a fade. And I think down here to the bottom, they run slant flat. So it's just a really nice job. If you're Drake Maye, you come up, you see press right here. You like your guy. You've got a tight split at the top of the numbers. You've got a lot of room to fade this thing in. 1, 2, 3. And again, look when he throws this thing. You know, it's not really I wouldn't classify it as like an anticipation throw because it's a fade. But, I mean, he's letting that thing go early. Early. And it's a dot. That's in the bucket, bottom of the trash can. Thing of beauty. And again, there's nothing you can do coverage-wise there. That's just my guy's better than your guy, and my guy can put it exactly where he wants. So pretty damn impressive. Again, under center, 3-step. It's a dinosaur. Back foot hit, fade to the boundary. Beautiful. Ooh, maybe a little push, a little arm bar right there. Yeah, I don't think so. Next one here, another 3rd-inch medium. Another example of Drake Maye taking off and running. Again, I think you do yourself a disservice if you don't acknowledge the things we don't know in these things. We don't know exactly what his read is on this play. We do know that he's used his legs many times in this game already, and they've been a lot of positive plays. We also know that he's used his legs and gotten knocked out of the game already. That being said, it looks like he skips through this read. So if I was to just say overlay a lot of years of playing and watching film, this looks like it's supposed to be a choice or an option to the bottom of the screen. This type of choice or option is almost universally paired with a corner. Again, we've already thrown a touchdown pass to Hooper, right? In the red zone off this kind of concept. When it's paired with this, and this crosser is with it, you would guess that this would be a 1, 2, 3 type read. Now, again, it gets a little muddy because he runs like a short in up top. Now, I would pair this normally with more curly post curl in up top. But this is one of those things for me, again, if we're working down here 1, you know, this is probably where the ball should go in structure. And again, for whatever reason, we're not doing that. We're not being able to play through these plays in structure, in the rhythm, in the design of the play, and we're taking off and running. So again, no down here. I get that. I'm fine with that. No, we're already running. So this thing, let this thing develop. Give it 3 and a hitch down here. No. So see how he's on his back foot? So he's on his back foot, and he's not even giving it a hitch. He's off of it already. So the timing of this thing is just fast. He's playing it fast. So give this a hitch. Not there, come back to the over, and that's there. So there's just a disconnect with the timing more than anything else. I think he's playing a little fast in the pocket, and that's leading to him taking off when he maybe doesn't necessarily have to. Even though we can acknowledge, hey, if you're going to take off, he's got the athleticism to go get a first down. Well done. I like the communication at the line of scrimmage here to block up this funky overload front. Now watch the back pick up the pressure. Really nice job of pass protection from the back. And then we got the athleticism. Even when I'm, all over him about reads and playing things on time and rhythm, he can still go out and do that. That's pretty damn nice. Next one here, another empty look, another look of just, WTF by whatever Tennessee is doing over the middle of the field. The Patriots had a nice job attacking the middle of the field all day, especially on crucial down and distance. This time, just hit with a little simulated pressure, and they essentially void the middle of the field. They're asking 92 to cover a tight end. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and that's just too easy. So nice job being able to see it, throw it. It really doesn't matter what the play is when our eyes are right over the middle of the field, and we can just get the ball out and throw a little sit for a first down versus a defensive edge. We'll take that all day, every day. So again, nice job from Josh and company, from Drake being able to see it, block up this little simulated pressure, get the ball out of your hands, not take a hit. Okay, well done. Easy. Next one here. These are the types of reps that make me really nervous. Next one, last one here. We've got a free runner. It doesn't look like we know we're hot here or have a pressure issue. Again, we're always operating with incomplete information. We don't know what the play is. We don't know what the pass protection is. I can tell you that this makes me very nervous from a quarterback standpoint, of having a free runner and looking like we don't have a plan for what that looks like. So again, at the end of the day, this guy is running free. It looks like Drake Maye has no idea that he's running free. It looks like we're just out here playing, we might hit a hole shot up top. We might hit this little out or branch route. We might hit this little shallow. We might hit this little basic or hook here. It's third and long. It's 6-person protection. Is this back supposed to scan and take this hit off? Probably. Most 6-person protections, I would expect that to happen. Not everyone. Again, we don't know for sure. I will tell you, if they only rush 4 people and we have 6 people blocking, 5 offensive linemen and a back, and we have a free runner, that's not my kind of math. That doesn't math for me, right? So we have 2 people blocking nobody, essentially. Can't happen in an NFL third down offense. And that's a danger shot, right? So he's not looking. We don't really have a hot. I guess maybe we could put it on Diggs here as a hot, but that's going to be a tough look. It's just dangerous. So again, there's a lot to like in this film. There's also a lot to kind of be like, all right, let's be aware here of all these different things that are putting our quarterback in harm's way. That's a big boy shot, potentially. And again, you've got the right guard blocking nobody. You got the back chip in. You've got 2 double teams. We got 3 double teams. Take that back. You got 3 double teams. So again, this is what I'm talking about pass pro math. We're rushing 4. Okay. We have 1 free runner. We have a double team, double team, double team. Okay. There is not a world where this is the world you want to live in pass pro wise. And again, who knows whose fault it is? Could have been a declaration fault. Could have been a pass pro fault. Could have been the back's fault. Could be the quarterback's fault for not throwing hot. There's a lot of different answers. Whatever it is, that's not a world you want to live in. Fortunate. So that is a wrap. Drake Maye, pretty damn impressive day spinning the ball. It really was. Some of those throws were damn, giggly for sure, as far as being able to keep your base, rip that hole shot on the fake screen, the beautiful hole shot coming back the other way to the right. You got the big touchdown pass over the top on the post. You've got attacking the middle of the field. You got Josh kind of in his bag with a bunch of those play action shots, quarters beaters. There was a lot to like. I think when you look at the film, though, you recognize that, yeah, statistically, it was a very impressive day, but there was probably more meat on the bone on some of those things, and really kind of a pattern of maybe taking off a little early, whether it's taking off early and being more one and runny, like we're just not going to put the ball in harm's way, or it's a disconnect between the timing of some of those routes and the footwork, because it looked like he was just playing early, because there were a few things where, if you're the offensive architect or the designer, you're probably saying those guys are open. Why are we not throwing the ball on time here? Now, certainly there were some pass pro issues. There was some color flashing in his face, but I felt like there were probably more than you would want to see as far as opportunities for even more big plays, explosive plays out there. Now, you can view that as, a bummer, not the greatest film in the world for a handful of snaps, or you could be really excited and be like, we're rolling offensively. Drake Maye is that dude. And the film shows that it could be even better. And it's not a huge, massive fix. It's not some like mechanical overhaul. It's, hey, let's time out the footwork. Let's get in the rhythm of some of these concepts so that we can rip it when it's there, because it's there on the film. The film is exciting. The bad film is when you turn on the film and there's nobody open and we got no answers and there's no chances. Good film, big opportunities. When you turn on the film, you can have a great statistical day. You can go 21 for 23, and you can turn on the film and be like, there was more there, more than once. And so let's dive in, get better, and see what this thing really could look like when we're firing on all those cylinders. So got to be pretty excited. You also have to mention, the Titans are ass. There's just no way around it. I apologize for no earmuffs, but it's tough to watch on many different levels. So excited to see what Maye and company look like moving forward for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.